Hey Dragonfly Swarm, so Kokomi is a new 5-star Hydro Catalyst coming out soon, and she happens to be, another healer. A large group of the Genshin community seems to have a problem with Kokomi, as in she's quite an easy skip for a lot of people, which is a little sad, cause her character design is really nice, and she has a lot of interesting lore and flashy gameplay to back herself up, so what exactly is the problem with her? As I said, Kokomi is primarily a healer, and the first big issue with that is, as of right now, in the current gaming environment, there's really no need for more healer characters. If you've got one of the god tier supports such as Diona, an amazing shielder slash healer, or Bennett, arguably the best healer slash buffer in the game, you really aren't getting much bang for your buck by pulling for Kokomi, if you're not pulling solely for her design, that is. Now in all fairness, the way Kokomi goes about healing is quite unique as opposed to most healers in the game right now, because she uses her elemental skill Drone and her own auto attacks to heal her team. This is a nice change of pace for those who want a fresh take on the healer character role, but the problem is, a large portion of the community doesn't want slash feel the need for another healer, as we already have multiple 4-star healers that do that job very well. It's kind of the concept of why pull for another healer who won't usually be on the field when I can pull for an upcoming DPS or sub DPS character. But that's inherently the problem that all future healer characters will face. They'll suffer a general lack of interest from the player base, considering the healer role is already being fulfilled quite nicely in the game, and in all honesty, the only way to solve this lack of interest is to make the game itself more difficult. If they were to add more troubling content such as Ajdaha's permaburn, stronger versions of sheer cold slash sheer heat, or just general clever ways of forcing players to consider their health more diligently, Kokomi, along with many future healers, might find more interest from the player base given their necessity as character roles. And in regards to necessity, why not give future healer characters special traits that differentiate them from other healers? To be fair, we don't know every detail about Kokomi's kit officially, so there honestly could be some special traits that make her the best healer in the game. But from what we know about her from the 2.1 livestream and other official sources, she's not exactly bringing that much to the table. Another major reason I think people are refraining from pulling for her is the whole negative 100 crit rate thing. You can argue that she's a healer, so why would she need crit rate, but a lot of her healing comes from the damage that her attacks deal, so it would inherently be nice if she had crit rate so it didn't feel useless to use her healing attacks. Crit substats have a large role in the overall damage output of a character, as they can effectively double and to some extent triple your damage. In Kokomi's case, however, all we can rely on is the hope that her healing attacks during her burst have massively cracked numbers that don't really need to crit. But overall, I think it's a bit of a gamble to create a character that cannot make use of crit substats, especially when part of their kit revolves around dealing damage to heal their team. The final and arguably biggest issue that people have specifically with pulling for Kokomi is that she's suffering from the Albedo slash Yoimiya effect. Albedo and Yoimiya were featured in character banners that were surrounded by extremely hyped up characters, Albedo's being the Geo Archon and the rumored Xiao banner, and Yoimiya's being one of the most hyped beta characters in the game, Ayaka, and the Electro Archon. In Kokomi's case, people have already likely spent a lot of money on the Raiden Shogun banner, and with the speculation that popular characters such as Xiao, Hu Tao, and Ganyu are getting reruns immediately after 2.1, I'd assume a lot of people are considering skipping Kokomi for these upcoming banners. And while I do feel bad for Kokomi given that she's surrounded by popular characters, I can't really blame people for choosing Raiden or possible reruns over a healer 5-star who we don't even officially know is bringing anything interesting to the table. Overall, I think the odds are just stacked against Kokomi, which is unfortunately an inevitable part of Genshin. Not every banner is going to perform well given the constantly changing environment of Genshin Impact, but I do want to say, if you are pulling for Kokomi despite the odds being against her, you've got a lot to look forward to. She's a very flashy character with a beautiful design and a lot of interactive and fun ways of healing and dishing out damage, so don't feel discouraged by my rant if you do want Kokomi. I'm just kind of putting a spyglass on the situation and overanalyzing, as I usually do. Anyways, if you like this video and want more content like it, please feel free to click subscribe and or join my Discord server with the link below. Oh, or follow my Twitch channel with the link below too. I stream a lot and I'd love to see you there. Alright, I'm gonna go sell my soul to the fishing gods for R5 catch on stream, so yeah, goodbye.